Good morning, fourth graders. This is Geometry Lesson 6. Last time we did Lesson 5, where we looked at quadrilaterals that are four-sided shapes, and we learned the word congruent, which means identical or an exact copy. So for Lesson 6, we will be looking at triangles. Now, we all know that a triangle is a three-sided shape. So your goal today is to be able to classify or group triangles based on different lines or the sides and different angles. So we're going to start with, what is a triangle? A triangle is a three-sided closed shape. With three angles. So in a triangle, you have three sides or three lines, and there are 1, 2, 3 angles in a triangle. So the first triangle that we are going to look at is called a scalene triangle. And a scalene triangle has no congruent sides. So that means that it is a triangle where the three sides are all different lengths. None of them are the same. And what kind of angles do we see? In a scalene triangle, the angle types will vary. Okay, we can't say anything for sure because scalene triangles can look different. None of the sides are the same, so we could have a scalene triangle with one really long side and a short side. So none of them are going to look the same. The next kind of triangle is an isosceles triangle. And you can see that two of the sides are the same. That's a little geometry symbol meaning that these are the same length. So two of the sides are congruent. And remember, congruent means identical. So isosceles triangles often look like this, but as long as two of the sides are the same, then they can look all different ways too. So if these two sides are the same, then that's an isosceles triangle also, as long as two of the sides are the same length. And what can we say about the angles? They will also vary. In this isosceles triangle, all of the angles are acute, but in this one, we have an obtuse angle and two acute angles. So again, your angle types will vary. Okay, our next kind of triangle is called an equilateral triangle. And you can see the word equal in this, and that is because all the sides are equal. So all sides are congruent, meaning all sides are the same. And all equilateral triangles look the same. So you can have one that's small, but if we make one that's bigger, it's going to just look like a bigger version of that one. So they're similar. If we make a little tiny one, if all the sides are the same length, we get the same kind of shape. So in an equilateral triangle, all of the angles are acute, always. Hey, remember, if I am writing too fast for you, you can pause or rewind. Okay, the last kind of triangle is a right triangle, and that is because a right triangle has one right angle in it. Remember, that's a 90-degree angle. So one of the angles is going to look like a perfect corner, like the corner of our piece of paper or where the floor meets the wall. And the length of the sides will vary. So we can't say anything for sure about the length because we can draw all different kinds of right triangles. There's a right angle. That's a right triangle. This is a right triangle. So you can see that the length of the sides will vary, but it will always have one right angle. Okay, so those are some new words for us. So we have a scalene triangle where none of the sides are the same length. We have an isosceles triangle where two of the sides are the same length. We have an equilateral triangle where all of the sides are the same length, all congruent. And then we have a right triangle, which will have one right angle in it. So that was lesson 6. And our next lesson is going to be a mystery shape search, where we are going to figure out what the shape is based on the sides and the angles. I hope you guys are doing good with geometry, and we'll post another video to go with this, maybe a song about triangles. And I will see you guys next time for our next geometry lesson.